Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Marathon Youth Ministry's first vlog or video blog, just in case you don't like the fancy lingo and everything. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're going to talk about something that I think is important to a lot of us and pretty stressful to a lot of us, and that's recruiting and training volunteer ministers. Now, you might be in crunch time right now thinking like, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, and I need 1,000 volunteers for this fall or else I'm going to fail. First thing I'm going to say is just breathe. Take a deep breath and breathe. And, I don't know what it is about this time of year, but I've felt that way over and over again. And I think it's just sometimes the built in anxiety that some of us have in youth ministry. So, if you're feeling that way, I just want you to breathe and listen to a couple of things that I'm going to share with you, things that I've learned that have worked really well over these last couple of years when it comes to recruiting and training volunteers. All right, so the first thing, and it's probably the most important thing in the world, the best and most effective way to recruit volunteers. Now get your pens out, your moleskins, your notepads, your iPads, whatever. Get ready to write this down. The most effective and successful way that I've found recruiting volunteers is asking people. Yeah, that's right. You've got to ask people. All right. Yeah, you can pray about it. You can write down goals. You can write down a description of who you want and everything like that. But in the end, you're going to need to ask someone. Yes, people will come in the door. God will give you opportunities, but you still need to ask people. So the most important thing that you can do is ask people if they want to serve in ministry. Now that might be a little intimidating, kind of like like a splash of cold water and everything. So here are a couple of things that you can do to kind of lighten that burden and reduce the awkwardness that can come from asking people. The first thing is know your vision, share the burden. When you talk to people about student ministry, talk to them about like why youth ministry is important. I've heard some people say before, and actually it's so helpful when you think about it this way. Share with people not what the information you want them to know, but why that information is important to you. So with youth ministry, don't just share with people, the facts about youth ministry, but share with them why it's important to you as a leader. So share with them that burden that you have for the vision. Why is youth ministry so important, and why is it important in the lives of the teenagers you affect, and why is it going to be important in their life? So share with them that burden. Next thing to do is, make each step of the process clear. When you invite someone into ministry, they're going to have all sorts of questions. Like they're going to be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to wear. I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to act. So you almost have to lay that out into steps of what exactly they need to know and what exactly they need to do. With our volunteers, we make sure that they come to an orientation where they learn about the mission and vision of the church, that they have a background check to make sure that they're safe behind kids. And then we connect them with someone we call a ministry coach who is going to help them figure out what time they need to arrive, what they should wear, and what they should do when they arrive to the program. But you got to make those steps clear. And that can go a little bit deeper into that as well. The next thing is, though, not every role in youth ministry or in your ministry is going to be intuitive. And so what you need to be ready to do is provide entry-level positions. What positions in your ministry are, simple? Is it opening a door? Is it serving a slice of pizza? Is it setting up chairs? Think of entry-level positions that people can walk into that are going to make it simple and easy to step into. And then the last thing that I would encourage you to do is to make asking people to get involved in your ministry a part of your culture. It might feel like it's too late for the fall. It's not too late. It's never too late to start asking people, but it's actually the perfect time to start getting people for next fall, for the fall of 2017. So what I want you to do is just start thinking about people you can ask, where you can just plant seeds, where you can share with them the vision and the burden of why this is important, where you can talk to them about, how simple and easy and accessible it is to get involved in ministry. And then you can also talk to them about, just how they don't have to know, the history of the church. They just can open up a door and that will equip them. And the beauty of that is you get them in and you can slowly coach them and train them up to be leaders. And so once you recruit them, it's about making sure that they stay, reducing that turnover. And that's, I think, a little bit more challenging than recruiting. So let's talk about training volunteers. All right, so the first thing is if you want to grow leaders, you have to be willing to allow people to take risks in your ministry. And I know that might sound scary. I know you might be thinking like, no way, Chris, no one can do it as well as me. Well, get over yourself. You need to allow them to take risks. And that means giving them a project, giving them responsibility over something, and being okay with them failing. And if they do fail, see that as a teaching moment. If they do well, see that as a teaching moment. But allow them to take risks because it's going to give them the opportunity to grow in their ministry. Next thing is share resources. You probably come across great resources like this blog. I know, shameless plug. But share resources with your volunteers like you would with a fellow youth worker or a fellow minister or a fellow church worker. Share those resources that you have. Take them to conferences, watch webinars or TED Talks, but educate yourself. Be a team of learning leaders. And when they see what's important to you, and if they love youth ministry or ministry in general, then they're going to continue to grow in that area. But share your resources. And then invest in them one-on-one, especially people you see leadership potential in. Take them out for a bite to eat. Get a cup of coffee with them. Learn about their family, what's going on in their lives. Invite them to be a part of your life. But invest in them one-on-one so that you build up trust. Because when you have trust, you have people who are going to pick you up when you fall. You're going to have people who are going to rally around you and support you. But invest in them one-on-one. And then lastly, hold them accountable. Anybody you're bringing up into leadership, hold them accountable. And what I mean by that is make sure that they're growing in their faith. Make sure that they're growing in their faith and that they are, learning about the Lord, spending time with the Lord. Make sure that they are, following deadlines and expectations, but hold them accountable. Treat them almost like they're your employees. So recruiting volunteers, magic trick is just ask them, but you got to have a plan with that. Training your volunteers, it's really about pouring into them and allowing them to take a step up. Is there more to it than that? There is, and that's why I invite you to go to subscribe to the site, christopherwesley.org, if you haven't already. Subscribe to it because we'll update you, with blog posts every single week. But I'd also want to invite you to be a part of our Facebook page, Marathon Youth Ministry. So go to facebook.com/Marathon Youth Ministry. And, every other week we have our MYM chat. Blog posts are shared there. You're definitely encouraged to share what you're learning and exploring there. But definitely check that out. Subscribe to the blog and go to our Facebook page, Marathon Youth Ministry. But thank you so much for joining me for this video blog post. I can't wait to talk to you next time. Take care.